Somewhere between the edge of being alive and feeling dead.
Welcome back to the channel. Tesla Model 3. To avoid this error message you see on the screen, I contacted Tesla service asking them what type of 12-volt battery do I need to use to replace the 12-volt battery in my Tesla Model 3. You see there what their response was, and I took a look at the manual. It talked about replacing the 12-volt, the battery type, and basically it has to be an AGM battery that's 45 amp hour. Also took a look at Tesla Tap to see information about that AtlasBX battery. They don't have them locally here, so I started looking around online and looking at eBay. It's very expensive to get that exact battery. Looking at Costco, the regular non-AGM battery is pretty cheap, but as I read online, you do need to have something that does many cycles, which AGM batteries handle well. I looked at the Energizer one. It's AGM. It's a good decent price, but it doesn't have 45 amp hours, only 41. So I wanted to match exactly what Tesla said. So I moved on and looked at locally sourcing. I could go to Canadian Tire and get this Eliminator battery, which has the exact spec. It's AGM, it's 45 amp hour. So that's what I went with. It's a bit more expensive, but went with that. And just to mention on the side, interestingly enough, my son's Honda Accord, a 2006-2007 Honda Accord, uses exactly the same battery type. Anyway, looking in the service menu in my car, nothing wrong with the current 12-volt battery, but it is over 4 years old, and I decided proactively, let's swap it out, and read through the service manual and went through the steps, and that's what you're going to see in the following video. Alright guys, 2020 Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drive. We're going to replace the 12-volt battery. I just looked up the current service manual. Interestingly, I'm going to use this Canadian Tire Eliminator battery, which has exactly the same specification as the AtlasBX. Lead acid because of the year. Let's take a quick look at the current settings in here. Get into the secret service menu. We're at 125,000 kilometers on this bad boy after 4 years. Alright, so we're going to go to the low voltage. And power distribute? No. Low voltage. Oh, there we go. Low voltage. There we go. You can see the AtlasBX battery, right, all shown there. You can change the battery type, shows the voltage, and we are going from AtlasBX to this other one. I did ask Tesla service, said as long as the same spec battery should be good. Let's exit the service menu. Back to normal. I popped open the frunk, driver's side door, passenger back door in case I need to get to the high voltage battery, but according to the service manual, don't need to touch the high voltage battery. I've seen other people turn that on, but we are going to do this. Should take like 10-15 minutes. First step, pull that open. There's that AtlasBX battery, just over 4 years old. Maybe it'll go another year. I got a long trip. I don't want to risk it on a long trip. Anyway, so we will be also pulling this off, and we will be unscrewing that, popping it off, taking off this bracket, unscrewing this, and swapping the new one in. Good to go. Alright, so we're going to put the positive and just cover it with this rag once we get that done, and we're just going to back it off. Just like that. Off she goes. And just so that it doesn't accidentally short out on something. I hear the battery freaking out. Whatever. Next, take off this bracket. There goes the bracket, and we'll take the negative off. Huh. Am I doing the wrong one? Yes. Silly me. Make sure you take the right bolt off, the one that loosens the LED post, or not LED, the battery post, whatever. Just need to loosen it enough so it can pop off. You don't need to loosen it right off. And there we go. That bad boy is off. And now we should be able to just pull this out. Now there is one more thing here, and that is this vent hole, and obviously the new battery should have it too. So let's pull that out. Okay, so you pull that out. And there's the 12-volt battery right there, folks. So just a little look in there, what it all looks like. All right, and just to compare the two batteries. So I don't have a service center for 8 hours in any direction. So that's why I got this eliminator. It's also AGM, same type of battery, aluminum, glass, metal. I think that's what AGM stands for. Same amp hours, same cranks, everything, 51R. Battery posts are the same. It's just like this. So positive, positive, negative, negative, 51R. That's what that means. And the little vent hole there, just like the vent hole there. So we should be good to go installing this. We will do that. We'll leave that on until we're ready and pop it down in there. There we go. Actually, we will, before we hook up or pull off the positive, we will put in the vent tube. Show that. So we just pop the vent tube into the hole. And next, we will put on the bracket. Reverse procedure of the way we got it in. There we go. Let's get that tag out of the way. And follow your torque specification according to the service manual. I believe it's like 6 Newton meters or 10 Newton meters. Anyway, I'll check the torque specification later. Make sure that these brackets are properly in their place. as it cinches down. And there we go, it's not jiggling anymore. All right, don't want to overdo it, but it's pretty snug. All right, reverse procedure. So the next thing we'll be doing is putting on this negative terminal. All right, so we'll pop it on just like this, and we will tighten it up. It's like a 10-15 minute job, no problem. As long as you have everything ready to go. Not too tight, you don't want to go crazy. Just don't want it loose from vibration. Good to go there. Now we'll pop off that bad boy and put on the positive terminal. Simple as that, folks. Pop it on, tighten it up. We will put this camera back there for now. Hard to do with one hand properly. There we go. Put that cover back on. Just like that. Everything is on. Vent, negative, positive, bracket. Let's go take a look inside. See what's going on in here. Okay, no error messages. Back to service, I believe. Let's look at notifications. All right, got to put some washer fluid in, but did say these error messages: low voltage battery disconnected. Of course, that's when I did it. There we go. So we're back to normal for that. Let's do a quick check in the advanced service menu, see if it shows everything is good. There we go. Gotta hold it for 5 seconds, and I got dirty fingers, so. All right. Low voltage. Gotta wait for it to pop up. A little bit slow, I guess. Or maybe power distribution, I don't know. Okay. Battery type, so there we go. We are up to 13 point whatever. We are good. Everything's looking good. You can change your battery type in here if you want. There are these two types, Clarios, Atlas, but the spec is the same as Atlas. We'll leave it all that way. We won't change a thing. And that should be it. Simple as that, folks. Everything's functioning fine. We are good to go. Oh yeah, and final steps. And the reason I left the door open here and there is because once you disconnect the 12-volt battery, you may not be able to access the car. So by leaving the doors open and windows rolled down, guarantees access into the car if you need it. So of course we'll be putting this back on. We'll be putting this back on and we'll be done. All right, in case you really need to know how to put these things back on, you just line up the holes. Just like that. And we will put some windshield washer fluid in there in just a moment. Done. And that's all she wrote, people.